So June is a very special month here in Korea. The 6th of June is Memorial Day. June 25th is also a very important occasion. June 25th, 1950, as some of you may know, was the start of the Korean War. Even to this day, the two Koreas are still divided and still technically are at war. To kind of better understand Memorial Day along with the Korean War, we stopped here at the War Memorial of Korea here in Seoul. I've been here one time before and it was a very sombering experience just to see the magnitude of people that were involved in the Korean War, and it's because of those sacrifices that we're able to stand here today and kind of reflect on what's happened before and what's going to happen in the future here in Korea. So let's go inside the War Memorial of Korea and take a look. We start in the Memorial Hall, where patriots throughout Korea's long history are honored, dating back to the Three Kingdoms period. Walking through this and other areas of the War Memorial is a very somber experience, especially once you get to the drop. This sculpture was designed to remember the lives lost during the Korean War, and its design is in the shape of a teardrop that integrates over 1,000 dog tags in its design. As you walk throughout the museum, you can learn about the different countries that made up the UN forces, either sending soldiers, medics, equipment, or other aid to Korea. The sheer size of the War Memorial of Korea allows them to set up displays where you can get up close to various tanks and planes used during the Korean War. The War Memorial of Korea not only documents the Korean War, but also provides information throughout Korea's history. You can learn about the Joseon Dynasty and conflicts such as the Imjin Wars of the late 1500s, alongside Korean heroes such as Admiral Yi, who is famous for making the Korean turtle boat. You can also learn about Korea's first interactions with Western countries. Could spend several hours wandering around, and they have English translations alongside the Korean at many of the exhibits. It's also interesting to see the exhibits of Korea after the war, such as their participation in the Vietnam War, along with peacekeeping missions as part of UN forces. The War Memorial of Korea is open from 9:30 a.m. and closes at 6 p.m. The easiest way of getting here is by subway on Seoul's line number 4 and get off at Samgakji Station, exit 11 or 12. For those wanting to learn more about the Korean War or the history of Korea in general, the War Memorial of Korea is a great place to start. Outside of the War Memorial of Korea is a massive outdoor exhibition where you can see different planes, tanks, rockets, and other vehicles used by the Korean military during the Korean War and onward. The outdoor area is also where you'll find the flags of the countries that helped during the Korean War, along with the names of the soldiers who died during the conflict. So the Korean War has kind of stuck out in my mind for most of my life, not only because I have a Korean mother and an American father, but also my dad's birthday is on June 25th. He was actually born 1 year after the start of the Korean War. When he was serving in the army, he was stationed here in Korea, and that's how he met my mom. So to have all those personal ties to the Korean War and to Korea, it's really fascinating to be able to come here and experience everything myself. I feel like we only spent a short time here at the War Memorial in Korea. So if you have a chance to visit Seoul, I do encourage you guys to visit here yourself. Admission is free. You can get here pretty easy by line 4, Samjaki station. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's video. So if you guys want to learn more about it, I'll go ahead and put a link below to the War Memorial of Korea, and you guys can check that out. And until next time, this is Harold with South Korea Travels. See you guys on the next adventure. Bye bye.